All right, we are back for, I believe, day 3 or episode 3 of the Communist Chinese coronavirus. Do really want to let you know that I appreciate you watching. This helps me a lot. It gives me something to do. I'm locked down in a small condominium, 10,000 miles from home, and really nothing I can do. They just shut down the pool and the gym at my condominium yesterday. Really, my options are getting limited. I was able to upload the video yesterday. If you happen to see that, again, sorry, it's not very good, but I was able to compress it. It took less than an hour as opposed to more than 4 hours on the previous one. So now that I know it will upload, I will put a little bit more effort into things. And these will improve, I promise you. But I want to thank you for watching. This does help me a lot to have something to do. Now, we've already gotten some viewer mail, some questions. Steve, great video. Love to watch it, but you are so hot and sexy, I can't help but to just start to masturbate, and I don't pay attention to the content. Huh. Quick to get mail here. I do apologize. I understand. It's not the first time I've heard this. Half the time when I'm in a cab, I got to grab the wheel because the guy's going at it with 2 hands. I'm thinking, like, come on, man. One-handed. So I've got to take the wheel. So I am going to be overlaying some more pictures. I think I can figure out how to do that. May just be some random scenes from Cebu here, a motorcycle trip I videotaped, or some just beautiful pictures. People having fun, smiling, because the people here in the Philippines are amazing, very friendly, and always fun. Now today I am going to just go over a couple odd things that I bought to have just as a backup, and this will be our first thing at getting me off the screen, and see if the sound still works. I kind of know where the microphone is. Just a couple items that I have that you may have forgotten will be, of course, that alcohol. I think everyone's going to remember that. Something to write with. Pens are actually very hard to find here in the Philippines. They don't give them out for free. But pencils and paper, just for something to do. Hydrogen peroxide is a good disinfectant. It will kill the coronavirus. It's much milder on your hands. It's also good for disinfecting any wounds you get or whatever. And good to have around. I know a couple people that are kind of crazy preppers, and they're always saying hydrogen peroxide. I'm not sure what else they use it for. Maybe make bullets out of it or something. Coconut oil, and just plain oil for cooking. But coconut oil is good for cooking, very good for your skin when your skin is dried out from using all of the bleach or hand sanitizer or alcohol. And it's good for sex. Also rock salt, or just salt, for cooking. Also used for a lot of things. I kind of was getting a sore throat the other day, and gargling with salt water is helpful. I don't think I have corona yet, but it did make my throat feel better, and it's good for a lot of things. Cooking. Baking soda, also kind of one of those things that is very good for cleaning, whatever, scrubbing. It's good for your skin too. Soap will kill coronavirus better than bleach, and it's a little cheaper, easier to use, doesn't smell. I do have a couple spray bottles with bleach. I mix this about 1 part bleach to 10 parts water, and then put a few drops of dish soap in it. Works as a wetting agent, makes it stick quicker. And on this I'll use to spray things that I'm not sure about. I actually spray my shoes down when I come in the house. I'll show you what I do there in a moment. And of course, don't forget the birth control. You think it's bad now? Wait 5 months with a 4-month pregnant wife, and let me tell you, you're going to have some issues. You'll be wishing for the virus. All right, so back, and I am going to try to overlay this with some pictures of Cebu, the Philippines, whatever, some trips I've taken, just video I have randomly, and just use my voice so you don't need to look at me. And we're going to discuss what's coming, and we don't really know, but people are going to be locked up for 30 days. Within 2 weeks, we should kind of have an idea on how widespread the virus is. I just read something that the New York City Police Department has 50 cases. I don't know if they were confirmed. It sounded like they were confirmed, but the article wasn't real clear on that. But that's going to be a problem, although that's 50 that once they recover, I believe, and from what I've read, but it's not 100% sure, once you get the virus and you recover and live, you're immune to it, like chickenpox. Now, I know with my kids, when they were little, they both got chickenpox at the same time, and a couple friends brought their kids over to expose them to chickenpox to get it. But chickenpox generally aren't that big a deal, and not everybody in the U.S. gets chickenpox at the same time. So this may just run, the courses this virus may run, or it will run, is everybody's going to get it, or they're going to invent a vaccine. There have been some thought that it would go away on its own, but I don't know, I wouldn't plan for that. Plan for the worst and hope for the best. And a lot of people are saying that the Chinese developed this as a bioweapon and it escaped or was really whatever. My opinion on that is that's not how it happened. What I've heard, and I haven't heard from very many people what happened, or this idea, but I think this is what happened, is they were developing, experimenting with the coronavirus because it's kind of common there because, you know, they eat bats, cats, snakes, whatever. One of the favorite delicacies in China is the genitals of any endangered species. You always see them eating orangutan testicles. Can't be just like, why don't you just cow balls or pig balls? But no. The orangutan testicle gives me strength. Ah, yeah. Okay, so enough of the China bashing. There'll be time for that later. But there is a biocenter. It's a level 4, whatever that is. That's the highest level biocenter near the Wuhan market. And so people, of course, are saying that like it escaped from there. Now there is a carbon market, a public market, quite a few public markets in the Philippines, but there's a big one, carbon market. They sell produce, everything, meat, whatever, and it's like pretty scary. I haven't seen bats or snakes for sale there, but it's like it is the best place to get fresh lettuce, broccoli, which is hard to find here. Broccoli and lettuce are not common in the Philippine diet because it takes cool weather and there isn't a lot of that. But I'm not going there for a while just because it's pretty scary 3 months ago. And it's only gotten worse. But what happened is this lab, they do animal testing in Wuhan. They do animal testings, and the workers occasionally bring the animals to the Wuhan freak food market and sell them. So I think what happened is someone brought, and the coronavirus starts with bats. They may have brought some bats that were infected, and they may have been doing stuff, and that made it mutate to where it was more easily caught by a human, because it usually doesn't transfer from people to bats. But then again, people don't usually eat bats. So maybe if you eat a bat with the regular, naturally occurring coronavirus, and you eat enough bats, you get it, and then you can transfer it to people. So I don't think it was intentional. If it is, it'll come out. The government will try to suppress that unless Trump decides to just nuke the living shit out of them right off the bat. Then he won't suppress it. He'll be tweeting about that as the missiles are in the air. Don't worry, we're even. And I'm pretty sure the Chinese know that. Because one thing about the Chinese, they're not stupid. And it's the Chinese government again. I've said this before. The Chinese people are not a problem. It's the communist Chinese government. And there fortunately are two governments in China. Now, the communist Chinese complain Taiwan is a wayward province that's part of China. Now, the Taiwanese can say that they're the legitimate government of China and come and take over when this is all over, when China is looking for a new government, because the Communist Party, I think, is going to get thrown out after this. Almost impossible for them to survive. They need a growing economy, and their economy cannot grow without trading with the West. And they cannot trade with the West unless they trade in an unfair way that we don't let other countries do. So they're pretty much out of the loop on this, not going to survive. Okay. Any other updates? Yes.
news here. Yes, really good news. Kind of gone backward on the editing. So we'll put up a picture here. I'm cutting and pasting this picture of beautiful Cebu, the waterfront there. I'm not actually just holding my laptop up against the window and yelling into the microphone. And I do apologize for that noise earlier. I'm not sure where the microphone is, but apparently I ruffled that paper on it a couple times and that made it quite loud. But you can see beautiful day today here in Cebu. If you can see the street there, it is not busy at all. Things are pretty quiet, other than the dogs are still barking. You might be able to see that construction crane, 2 red and white cranes out there. That's a new bridge going into Mactan, which is where the airport is out there. Off in the distance, you can see a little bit to your left between those 6 or 8 buildings there. That is Leyte, an island, and then off to the right here is Bohol. Both about a 2-hour ferry ride from Cebu, but they are locked down, no passengers going on the ferries, but you can probably see the boats, cargo ships still going by. And then to the right here, you see that tower. Unfortunately, I don't have a zoom or I can't figure it out. The tower right in the middle of your screen, if I can put my finger there. Right there. That's SM City. SM Seaside. It's like one of the biggest malls in the world. Filipinos do love their malls. I mean, it's massive. It's 4 stories and it's round. I've gone there a couple times. Can never figure out where I am because it's round, and a lot of it's empty. I mean, it's pretty much brand new, and they haven't filled it out yet. And there's a lot of construction, other stuff going on down there, condominiums, all sorts of things. But I'm going to give you a little update on what I do with my shoes. If I can figure out how to stop this. All right, there's what I do on the for my shoes. Another spray bottle that's about 10% or less of bleach, and then a few drops of soap, which just helps to make it stick better, breaks the surface tension of the water. And I have a separate piece of paper I stand on and I throw that out every now and then. But when I take them off, I mist them a little bit with bleach. Occasionally I'll take them in the shower, wash them off more thoroughly. But that, I believe also, if they just sitting there for a day or two, the virus will die off by itself. But do apologize. I believe my video quality went downhill in the last day. I am going to work on that. I'm not sure what went wrong, but I've had about enough of it. I'm going to hopefully be able to compress this and unload it. And I do apologize again for those of you that made it this far through expecting something good. I do sincerely apologize. But, and I'd love to be able to post a link on here because I did just discover, I don't know if anyone else has heard of it, the Listerine Challenge. And this is, I believe you have to live in a trailer park to do this, but you go into Walmart with a friend, and I guess you could do it yourself. You video yourself chugging a large bottle of Listerine, and I saw a guy doing it. I think it's a thing, but I gotta give him credit. He was able to gulp down that entire bottle without puking, and a couple times it looked like he was going to puke. And then he somehow was able to upload it to YouTube, so I'm pretty sure I can figure that out too, because I haven't ever drank a whole bottle of Listerine. But I'm thinking now, looking back, I don't think he did any editing. I think he just recorded it and then uploaded it to YouTube, so there may not have been actually any editing, so that makes me feel a little bit better. But I am going to continue work on this. If you want to hit like button, and if you hit the like button, I'm going to probably send you a phishing email to try to get your credit card number because you're probably gullible. But thanks a lot, and I will put another one together tomorrow. If it's not going to be good, I'll make it short. How's that? So at least you don't need to watch the whole thing. Thanks a lot. Be safe. Be careful.